This is FYI on Your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I have got lots of guests with me here today. I have got Heather Brown. You are with the first Smith Falls Guides Pathfinders unit. You're one of the guide leaders. Is that your proper name?
Yes.
Your proper
that's
name?
what I am. I'm a guider. Yeah.
Okay, and then I've got Olivia Doherty and Brooklyn Janek. How do you say your last name? Janak. Okay, and you're at Chimo right now. You two are Pathfinders, and Aidan Banfield, you're no stranger to FYI, you've been here a few times. You're joining us from Perth.
Yes.
From St. John's. Well, thank you for joining us today. I heard about a story, you ladies were quite busy over the summer doing some knitting in the numbers of 63 hats. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and because you donated them and you were getting an award for it too, which you managed to do. So good on you, ladies. So Heather, maybe we'll start a little bit with you, a little bit of history of the Smith Falls Guides and Pathfinders.
Sure. So I was a girl member many years ago. We've been pretty fortunate in Smith Falls to have all the levels of guiding throughout the years. So I started as a brownie, went through to Guides and Pathfinders, and got my Canada Cord. We've had some really great leaders that volunteer their time to offer these units. And in 2014, I think it was around then, I was approached asking if I might want to join the Guides unit because they needed another leader. They were at risk of maybe having to close the unit. So I came on board with Lorraine Fenn at that time, and we were doing the Guides Pathfinders. And at that time, it was only Guides and Pathfinders open. We had no other branch levels because we didn't have enough volunteers. So then after that, a couple of us came on board, and we worked to start the Sparks up and the Brownies up and the Rangers up as well, so that we could offer all the program levels. And so right now, over the past couple of years, there's been fluctuation based on girls coming in, but we have a Sparks unit, a Brownies unit, and a Guides Pathfinders unit at the moment.
Okay. Olivia, let's start with you. When did you start your guiding path? Were you a Brownie or a Spark? Where did you start?
I was a Spark for a year, and then I left to do other activities, and then I came back as a guide.
And you're a Pathfinder now, or are you a guide?
I'm a Pathfinder.
All three of you ladies are Pathfinders, correct? Yeah. Okay. And what about you, Brooklyn?
I started in Guides 2 years ago, and now I'm a Pathfinder.
Okay. And Aidan?
I started in Sparks in Montague, and then I kept going all the way until now.
All right. And Heather, can you just talk a little bit about, going from a Spark to a Brownie? Is it and up to Guides to Pathfinder? Is it an age? Is it qualifications? How does that work?
Yeah, so it's by age. So Sparks and Brownies is 5 to 6 year olds. Brownies is a 2-year program as well, just like Sparks, and Brownies is 7 and 8. And then when you get to Guides, it becomes a 3-year program. So Guides is from 9 to 11, and then Pathfinders is 12 to 14, and then Rangers is above that. So it goes by age. So some girls might do 1 year, they might do both years of the Sparks or Brownies, or they might just do like 1 year of Guides. There's a lot of fluctuation, but we always love it when we see girls progressing through the different programs and sticking with us.
All right. So Aidan, I'm going to put you on the spot first. Can you talk to us about what the Lady Baden-Powell Challenge Award is?
So Lady Baden-Powell was one of the first starters of Girl Guides, and so it's about her pretty much, about how she was brave and how she stepped forward. So there were many different steps. One of them was getting all our badges to get the Lady Baden-Powell Award. And then there was some writing components or creative components of like writing off a summary of herself. And then there was a part where we could do something creative as a group or individually, and we chose to do it as a group, and that caused us to decide to do the hats.
All right, excellent. So Olivia, let's talk about the hats. Did you know how to knit before this started?
Yes, I did.
You did know how to knit, okay, because I heard some people were learning how to knit through this whole process, Heather being one, for sure. So let's talk about knitting the hats, Olivia. How many did you make, the group of you? Oh, Olivia, are you there?
I don't know. Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Olivia?
Yes.
Yep. How many hats did you make in total?
So as
Remember?
a unit, we made 63, but
60.
individually, I made 13.
13? All right, all right. And what about you, Brooklyn? How many hats did you make?
I believe I made 18 or 19.
Okay, okay. And then you donated them, I understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Maybe Olivia, can you talk about where you donated the hats to? I think Olivia might be having a little hard time hearing me. Brooklyn, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Where did you donate the hats to?
The auxiliary in the mall here.
The Smith Falls Hospital, Smith Falls Perth and Hospital Auxiliary gift shop. You donated them there too. So can we talk a little bit about knitting? Heather, you put your hand up when you didn't know how to knit.
Yeah, so these wonderful ladies decided that they wanted to do this project. They came forward in deciding that. So we did a Zoom knitting group over the summer. Usually our guiding units don't meet over the summer, but we decided we needed to do that to get our project done. So we did. We were working with looms that kind of look like this. And then there's a hook. And so they taught me how to do it because I'm not a knitter by nature. And then it was pretty great because the end products kind of look like this.
Wow.
So this was actually the first hat I ever made, and I made for my daughter's doll just to practice. And then I only made 3 hats, by the way. So those girls were the ones that really rocked making all those hats.
Oh, wow. And they've got some more examples there too. They just held up. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. All
They
right.
did a great job. We also had another girl with us that wasn't able to join today. Her name was Emma, and she made hats as well. And she was based out of the Perth area, but came to our unit last year during the pandemic.
All right. So you made 63 hats to make sure that 63 people kept warm, and then you donated them to the auxiliary gift shop.
Yes, and the girls specifically chose to do it for the newborns. So newborns and children. So they're very small hats, but they'll keep those nice little heads nice and cozy.
Oh my goodness, that's one thing when I see a child out in the cold, they've got to have a hat on.
Exactly.
Even in the summertime. I think my daughter was going to school when I decided she didn't need to wear a hat all the time. But well, good on you for doing that too. So Aiden, did you know how to knit before this got started?
I kind of knew. I hadn't knit for a long time because I first started to knit when I was really young with my aunt. But then when I got the hang of it, I kind of realized what I was doing, and then my friends ended up helping me with like the end product because there's many different steps to making the hat.
All right. Can we talk about you ladies getting the award too? Aiden, would you like to talk about that?
Sure. So what happened was after we completed all the steps, we have these Girl Guide ceremonies where we receive all our badges or pins or awards we've won. So all of us together, we won the Lady Baden Powell Award. So we got to go all the way up to the front and talk about how we did it and what we did. And then we got a pin, a crest, which the crest goes on our guiding blankets. And then we also got a certificate.
Excellent, excellent. So what do your meetings look like right now, Heather? Like, do you meet weekly? Is it virtual? Do you get to be in person again?
Yeah, well, it's been a little different over the pandemic. So last year we were mostly doing virtual meetings, and we as units in Smith Falls hadn't really been doing any virtual meetings. So that was a big shift that we did. We did have an opportunity to do some outdoor only meetings with pandemic protocols in place. As per guiding regulations, they were very much about safety and continue to be. So this year, we've actually, with the way the pandemic has gone and things have been improving, we're allowed to now meet inside. So we are meeting inside with masks on and doing social distancing and hand sanitizing and doing self-screening before we attend. But yes, we are back to meeting in person inside once a week every Tuesday. So we have Sparks and Brownies. They're meeting together on Tuesday nights as well as the Guides Pathfinder, and we're meeting at the Civitan. They've been gracious to host a space for us. So we're very thankful for their support.
So in terms of recruiting, if anybody wants to attend, do they just show up? Do you have to wait until the beginning of a season sort of thing? How does that work?
We can have registrations any time of the year. They just can't show up to the meeting because we have to make sure we have the health and safety information on that. So they do a registration through girlguides.ca, and there is a postal code find a unit search that you can do to find the Smith Falls units, or they're welcome to give us a call and we can help them know what steps to take. But registration's pretty quick. You do it online and they can come in at any point of the year. So we are always happy to accept new girls coming into the unit.
Excellent, excellent. Brooklyn, can I ask you, do you have another project going?
No, not right now.
Not right now? No, well, that one kept you busy for a long time. That one kept you busy for a long time. Did you get together, like even virtually, to do knitting bees, or did you do it on your own independently? How did that work?
Sometimes we got together to check on how we were doing, and a couple of times we were teaching on the call how to knit, or teaching Heather how to knit.
Teaching Heather how to knit, that's right.
Right? As a guider, you still always learn these new skills, and the guides can do just as well as teaching to the guiders.
That's right, that's right. We always need to keep learning, that's for sure, that's for sure. Well, I thank you very much for joining us today. Aiden, you've been here before. You've joined us before when we did the toy drive at the before and after school program at St. Francis School. And
Yeah.
You've been here before to read Christmas stories to us on our FYI Christmas show too. So you're no stranger here. So we look forward to seeing everybody back here someday. This is wonderful. We've got, let's see your names again: Olivia Doherty, Brooklyn Janak. How did I do?
Good.
Good, awesome, awesome. And I've got Aiden Banfield all joining us from school today, and Heather Brown too, taking your time from your day to be able to join us today and talk to us on FYI. Thank you very much for doing what you did. 63 little babies too, not just adults, they're babies. You kept keeping warm during the winter.
It was all the girls.
It was all the girls. Oh, good for you guys. Wonderful. You deserved your award. Thanks for joining us.